Hey, Shop Talkers, welcome to our Architects and Designers Speed Round Edition. Really excited to have join us Sheri Gorman, Vice President of Marketing and A&D with Weis Companies, Flooring Companies, the Flooring Solutionists. Hey, Sheri, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Grace, for having me.
Very, very exciting. Now, why don't you share with some of our listeners what Weis Flooring Company's specialty is and who some of your clients are?
Sure. So we are a commercial flooring contractor. We're based here in New York City. We have 7 offices throughout the Northeast, including Detroit. We actually, though, handle work all across the country. We are part of a cooperative called StarNet. We started in the commercial carpet maintenance business, and over the years got into product and installation. And today our business is really about 50-50. We still clean carpets and provide all sorts of different floor care for hard surface flooring. And we're also installing, everything from carpet to vinyl to rubber, really anything having to do with the floor. You mentioned our tagline, which is the Flooring Solutionists, and that's really what we like to think of ourselves as. We work with architects, we work with designers, we work directly with end users, store planners, facility managers to help them come up with good solutions for their stores, for their projects. Which flooring is the right material they should use, how to maintain it, how to care for it.
Yep. Yeah, and flooring is so vital in any application, especially when it comes to retail. I remember back in my retail days just how important that is to be inviting and also to be comfortable for people to be on and to be kind of lingering in the stores. Very recently, the end of last year, you guys celebrated an anniversary.
We did. We celebrated our 25th anniversary this year, which was very exciting to be a part of it. I've been with Weis Companies for 8 years, but actually had the opportunity to work with Randy and the folks at Weis back in the late 90s when I was a carpet rep. So I have a very long history with Weis.
Very, very cool. So now what's hot on your desk right now?
It's a lot of retail projects. I think you're definitely seeing a lot of stores rebranding, looking to redo their stores. I think some of it has to do with everybody's shopping online today. Even recently with the introduction of the Apple Watch, Apple told people order online, don't go and stand outside the store online. So I think stores are really looking, to bring people in, and that's, whether it's rebranding or, redesigning. And, as you mentioned, you walk into a store and what's the first thing you see? You tend to look down, people look down when they walk. So you see the floor. It really plays an important part in the stores. So we're working right now with a lot of retail projects. We actually just completed the flooring renovation at M&M's headquarters, Times Square, here in New York City. So it was a wonderful project to work on.
Yeah, M&M's, that's a great brand. Love M&M's. And especially such a high visibility project in Times Square. That must have been really challenging at times, I'm sure.
It was an extremely challenging project, seeing as the store is open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. in the morning until midnight.
Wow.
So the window of opportunity to get in there every night and do some work definitely was challenging, and like you said, right in the middle of Times Square, unloading trucks and then, waiting for everybody to exit the store. In fact, before the holidays, they had extended hours on the weekends until 1 o'clock in the morning. So our guys were in there quite late many nights. But it was wonderful. They had a concrete floor for years, and even though we're seeing a lot of concrete today in retail environments, they felt they just needed something different. So they did go to a luxury vinyl tile, all custom colors to match the M&M colors, and they just
love it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. They really did some fun, swirls and cutouts and things like that. So it was a great project to work on.
Very cool. And would you say that was one of the challenging projects you've had this year, or?
Yes, that was definitely one of the most challenging projects we've had. And really, it was the logistics. It was the timing. It was not being able to shut down a store, not being able to shut down even a floor. It's 3 floors. It was shutting down literally sections every single night, So they would shut it down, we'd go in, we'd install, and then 24 hours later, they'd be able to reopen it. And then once the store was finally completed, and we finished it up just in time for Thanksgiving and the whole holiday shopping. And then the beginning of this year, we went back in and put a coating on the floor. And again, the logistics of shutting down sections and, going in at 1 o'clock in the morning, putting a floor finish on, letting it dry for 24 hours. So definitely a challenging project. And we've got another exciting, challenging project coming up out at the Statue of Liberty. So again, logistics. Our installers having to get on a ferry every morning with all the materials and going over. And basically, there's one workboat that goes I think it's 6:30 in the morning and then 4:30 at night. So they will be out at the Statue of Liberty. It's actually in their gift store. Again, a retail environment, open 7 days a week, all day. So for some reason, we're up for these challenges for sure.
How cool is that to have a landmark like that in your portfolio of work, the Statue of Liberty? So cool.
That's another exciting one. Like I said, it's the gift store. It's privately owned, and they can't shut it down. They're going to shut down sections. But yes, just to say, we've done some work out at the Statue of Liberty. I'm excited. So.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Actually, I'm supposed to be at the Statue of Liberty sometime in June with some family members that will be in New York in town. So when does this project wrap up?
We're going to start. Materials are on order. We're going to start the end of April, beginning of May. So, and again, it's a quick time frame because once Memorial Day hits, that's their busy season. So,
gotcha.
That's the thing, all these projects, they're just, quick turnarounds, needs to get done, needs to be done by the state because then it can't be done, for however many months. So it's fun. Keeps me busy, makes the days go by quickly for sure.
That sounds awesome. Now, what architectural or design trends are you seeing in our industry?
Well, those 2 projects happen to be luxury vinyl tile, which, is great for retail applications. But we're seeing a huge trend in specifying of wood for retail. And that also has been keeping me busy, and probably a little bit more of the glamorous projects than, of the retail sort, the higher-end stores specifying wood, and not to make a pun out of 50 Shades of Gray, but just gray. And we saw the trend before the book came out. I know, it's gray, gray, gray. Gray wood, gray wood, gray wood. But light colors, you know. I'm working on a retail store right now in Soho. They want to put in a white wood floor, which, I mean, it's going to be so beautiful. But it's light, it's clean, it's airy. Open, it's inviting, you know, and I think that just goes back to, you know, inviting people into their spaces.
And what kind of wood is it in particular that's going to be stained gray? Is it any specific type of wood? Is it?
We work with
maple.
No, we're working with oaks. You know, a durable wood. Work with a wonderful manufacturer out of Italy that has just great custom capabilities and is able to really match any color. They just sent me a sample of, Masala, the Pantone color of the year. So it's fun. You can really do a lot of things with wood where, you know, I think typically in the past, you know, wood was wood. You know, people were buying it for, you know, like you said, you know, it's an oak, it's a maple, it's a cherry. But today we're seeing a lot of, you know, just fun finishes, custom finishes. We do a lot with metallics. Saks Fifth Avenue, a white with a silver metallic in it. Yeah, on oak for their wall applications, and I think a lot of it's just about fun today. So
very, very cool. Now, and with this, let's take a quick sponsor break, and we'll be right back with Sheri Gorman. Hey, Shop Talkers, we're back with Sheri Gorman, Vice President of Marketing and A&D with R.D. Weis Companies, the flooring solutionist. Sheri, you've got the coolest projects between M&M's, one of my favorite candies, and also Statue of Liberty. I think that's so awesome. Very, very cool. Now, you were talking about the hot thing now is gray. There seems to be a lot of gray, especially when it comes to trends. So what are some other trends you're noticing?
I'd say definitely, you know, that metallic again. I had someone in yesterday showing me some metallic rubber floors. So we're definitely seeing that. And again, just the lighter colors. You know, I think we went through a phase where everybody was specifying dark, dark, dark. And now we're just definitely, you know, seeing the opposite. It's the light, light, light. You know, even the stark white. You know, I always get asked, we want a white floor. Do you know what it takes to maintain a white floor? But yeah, so I think, you know, I think that's a lot of what we're seeing, and you know, and people just want something different. You know, I think people are just tired too of using the same products that they've been using, and everybody's now just looking for something, you know, what's new, what's innovative, you know, what can I do that's different.
And you mentioned at the last segment, and once they just kind of, it sounds like everyone's infusing more fun in the store environment with design.
Yes, I definitely think so. It's you know, people love shopping. We all love shopping. And you.
I know I do.
I do. You know, I want to walk into a place. I want it to be inviting. I want to be like, wow, I want to, you know, spend time in here. I want to browse in here. And it's so competitive, you know. I mean, just more and more stores are opening, stores that, you know, sell similar products. You have a choice, you know, of where you can go, where you can shop. You know, everybody's renovating. You know, you go into all these department stores. They're constantly renovating, just keeping up, you know, keeping up with the times. And especially with technology and computers, you know, the online shopping, it's just huge. So how do you get people off their computers and into the store? So you have to make it a fun experience. And I think, you know, on the designer side, it makes their jobs fun, designing fun projects. Who wants to design a boring, you know, a boring space today?
Okay. Now, what do you hear some clients or your clients are demanding the most of right now when working with architects and designers?
I think it's honestly, and I'm not just saying it, but it's the maintenance of the products. People specify products that are easy to maintain. It's the number one complaint, my floor doesn't look good. Well, why doesn't your floor look good? Dirty. Why is it not, wearing well? Why is it not holding up? But people do want the ease. They want to, they don't want to have to strip and wax and buff and polish. What's the easiest? And there's a big misconception out there. There's no floor that doesn't have to be cleaned. There's low-maintenance floors, but there's no such thing as a no-maintenance floor. Everything has to be maintained, but you do want something that, like I said, is easier than, stripping and waxing and, buffing every day. Just something, some nights you just want to come in and damp mop it, and that's okay. So that's probably what people are asking for is, something that they can put down and they know it's going to look good and that they're not going to have to replace, even though, the retail trend is to, replace every couple of years, but at least knowing that it's going to look good for those couple of years.
Absolutely. And that's kind of cool because one of the biggest things in, I know, the facilities maintenance world in retail is that the maintenance division, again, putting my retailer hat back on, I think there's always been a stigma with the facilities maintenance divisions where there's not enough say that they have in what goes into a store, whether that be flooring or lighting applications or fixtures and so on. So it's kind of cool to hear that you're hearing more from a flooring point of view, just more low maintenance floors, things that don't require a lot of high maintenance. So it may be that we're turning and or facilities maintenance groups are getting more involved with designers, maybe from the onset of designing stores and remodeling stores.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's such a huge part of the store. It's so visual. You want it to look good. It has to look good. So, you don't want something that's going to take a lot of time to maintain.
Absolutely. Okay. And next question: what are the top 3 best piece of advice you have for someone coming into the architectural and design industry?
I would say, first of all, find a mentor. Find somebody to up to. Find somebody that you can learn from. Somebody that can, teach you things, work with you, have patience for you. I think that's really important. At one point I had somebody that I worked with and really became my mentor. I looked up to him and I learned a lot from him and, really helped me get to where I am today. The other thing that's important is, don't give up. There are days that it's hard. Not every day is an easy day. Not every day is a fun day. I mean, there are plenty of fun days. The day I, got on the Statue of Liberty ferry in 0-degree weather to go out there. That was a fun day. They're not all fun days. There are days that are hard. There's days that are long, that have challenges. And do I want to do this? I don't want to do this anymore. But don't give up. It's a wonderful industry. I love the industry. I've been in it for a very long time. And it's worth it. Just put into it, what you want to get out of it. And don't be afraid to speak up. That's a big thing. I'm very outspoken. If somebody says something and I don't agree with it, I don't nod my head and say, okay. I say what's on my mind. And I think you actually get more respect by doing that. So it's a hard thing to do, I think, the first time you do it. But once you do it, it's okay. I did it. I've done it. Remember one time I did it in front of Randy, and I kind of looked at him after, and he was like, it's fine. Say what you want to say. So I think that's, you have to. If you want to make it today, you got to just stand up for yourself and do what you believe in.
Love that. Okay, so 1, find a mentor to learn from. 2, don't give up. And 3, be outspoken. Very, very cool. Okay, and to wrap up, please finish the sentence. architecture and design.
I feel like I'm on Matchword. Create. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Oh, that's very good. Okay, this is the first. That's the first we've heard on Shop Talk, but that's cool. Okay,
You want to do it again?
Architecture.